saying this is Anu Brenda?
Anu Brenda,
And
yes.
who else?
My lord, I can't remember now the rest, but at least I got to know Anu Brenda and I interviewed her. But the interview was done the following day. But on that day, I first want to exhaust what we did in the interior search.
So you said Anu Brenda was inside the house and another girl?
Yes, they were.
She lived in the house. Was she inside the house?
Were they at home?
Yes,
Just
they were staying in the house.
Were they at home when?
Yes, they were at home during the fateful day. My lord, I got to know about them when we were going for interior search.
So you never saw them outside?
At that, before the interior search, I had not noticed their presence.
Maybe just to...
My lord,
Before the fire brigade came, when you started to remove, it took you about how long?
to estimate, it had taken around 30 minutes.
Around 30 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
30 minutes.
Yes.
And earlier on, you also told court that you found the pile of
Yes.
the iron sheets and the wooden things. In your observation,
My lord, the piles of those wooden materials, iron sheets, door shutters, were properly arranged, and it was a big heap, which implies that it took somebody time to pile them, and the person who piled them cannot be a stranger to that premise. My lord, it was done, it was properly arranged, and even the owner of the home had already told me that those were the materials he removed from other sites. So he owned them. My lord, the arrangement, they were not scattered. They were properly aligned. And also inquired from those ones who were occupying the house at that moment on some other things. We got to know that soon after the disappearance of the deceased, the seats in the sitting room were removed and the covers changed. So they changed the covers of the seats, but the seats were retained in the house. The sitting room was also painted with a new coat of paint, which created more suspicion on our side. Yeah, the search was done and the search certificate was drafted, witnessed by all persons around, and a copy was handed over to the owner of the house. I can help you identify it because I was one of the signatories. There was a sergeant who prepared it, but I may not recall the name because I have a number.
But you can identify this.
I can identify my part. My lord, the search certificate before me was the one which was prepared, and the one who prepared it was Detective Sergeant Oyo Pius. Sergeant Oyo. It was on the 8th day of September.
You moved very fast. Show what you're seeking while you say.
My lord, this search was done in the presence of a number of people, but I'm number 4 in the list.
Show
Number 4 in the list.
where you say.
it bears my signature and force number. My Lord, it was on the 8th day of September 2021, when the search was made and the search certificate drawn. And the items recovered were also listed. Sorry, my Lord?
Can you tell that certificate?
My Lord, there is a note here, all recovered. Up here, there is Lower Mawanga Buziga, Machinda West, Kampala. The premises, stock residence of Francis Onebe is clearly indicated. And the items recovered were listed. Number 1 being the white round cap with black ribbon. The second one was a black diary book of 2020. Then there were 7 pieces of papers with writings. This one was written as a collection because there were a number of them for further scrutiny. And the footnote was all recovered from the bedroom.
Where is Pius?
My Lord, currently I'm not so sure where Pius is, but by then he was attached to Kabalagala Police Division.
And how?
I can't.
How?
One, the diary had the years and bears the name of the owner. And the name is that of the deceased. Yes, in the blue. My Lord, mark number 2 is the photo of the wooden materials, timbers and some iron seats from the scene where the body was recovered from. Also, it's also revealing the vegetable garden. It is mark number 2. My Lord, number 3 is the shed over which, under which the septic tank was underneath and the wooden materials covering. Insert is even the photo of one of the firefighters. Insert is a firefighter trying to remove them, and here marked number 3.
Somebody from fire brigade?
Yes, there is one fire brigade personnel. My Lord, number 4 is now the photo of the septic tank after the wooden materials and iron sheets were removed, showing the opened manholes, both manholes, because in their effort they now open even the second one for ease of removing the body. It's marked number 4, my Lord. My Lord, number 5 is the body as it was still in the septic tank and then underground. It's marked number 5. My Lord, there is another photo of the sack with the wire, but when it was already detached from the body. And the sack and the wire is exactly what has just been presented before court. Showing the full length of the wire and part of the sack. My Lord, the last photo I have here is showing the sack when the content was emptied. It is showing 3 clay bricks, burnt bricks, or burnt or baked, I don't know the right word, my Lord, but I would refer it as baked bricks. It is tagged 3, 9, and 8. They were 3 in number.
Is that how you got to know?
My Lord,
Contents of
that is the interval at which I got to know the content of the sack. My Lord, I stopped at number 5. Others were not marked. My Lord,
Anything else that's happened?
after finishing the exterior search, we inquired whether the key was already brought. And the response was that the key was already brought.
Did you see anyone bring it?
I personally didn't see.
Continue.
So from there we agreed to go for interior search. At that interval, as we were moving for interior search, I got to know that there were some people staying in part of the house. And one of whom was,
You said there were people staying in that part of the house.
yes,
By part of the house, you mean what?
especially the section of children, but under the same roof. In the same main building, but there was a corridor separating section of the children from that of the adults. I got to know one of them as Anuo Brenda. Anuo Brenda. A-N-U-O. Maybe, my Lord, to clarify what I'd forgotten, the first Brenda was Agoro Brenda. The one whom Onebe identified to accompany him during the search.
You're saying this is Anuo Brenda?
Anuo Brenda,
And
yes.
who else?
My Lord, I can't remember now the rest, but at least I got to know Anuo Brenda and I interviewed her. But the interview was done the following day. But on that day, I first want to exhaust what we did in the interior search.
So you said Anuo Brenda was inside the house and another girl?
Yes, they were.
She lived in the house, was she inside the house?
Were they at home?
Yes,
Yes,
they were staying in the house.
Were they at home when the search
Yes,
was
they were.
taken?
They were at home during the fateful day. My Lord, I got to know about them when we were going for interior search.
So you never saw them outside?
At that, before the interior search, I had not noticed their presence. My Lord,
Before the fire brigade came, when you started to remove, it took you about how long?
to estimate, it had taken around 30 minutes.
Around as no observation.
My Lord, the piles of those wooden materials, iron seats, doors, shutters, were properly arranged, and it was a big heap, which implies that it took somebody time to pile them, and the person who piled them cannot be a stranger to that premise. My Lord, it was done, it was properly arranged, and even the owner of the home had already told me that those were the materials he removed from other sites. So he owned them. My Lord, the arrangement, they were not scattered. They were properly aligned.
Yes, and you searched?
We searched.
Yes.
And during that search, even the representative of the local leader, who had earlier been called when we were getting the reinforcement team, also continued with us in the interior search.
Representative, the local leader?
My Lord,
you recall?
I can precisely recall one name of Akena.
Reference this honorable court.
Akena was there even at the time of removing the body from the septic tank.
Inside?
So inside, we were led through the side door. There is a main door, but there's another side door, my Lord, which you enter through. It's like a corridor separating the children's section and adult section, which takes you to the sitting room
Yes.
and then to the bedroom. So
Right, continue.
the team was led to the bedroom by Mr. Onebe, where he showed us where he found the phones, the mask, and the handbag of the deceased when he returned home that evening. And he showed us that they were on the bed. He also showed us that when he was watching news, he was sitting on the bed and there is a screen in this bedroom. So he watched from the bedroom screen. So in the course of our search, we recovered some articles which we treated as objects of evidential value. One of which was a diary book of the deceased, which contained notes of her emotional situations. We also recovered a note left by the author called Agnes, which when I inquired, Onebe told me it was left behind by his former wife, who is the mother of the 2 girl children, expressing agony she went through when she was in a relationship with Onebe, and the decision she took to quit the relationship.
Yes.
In that note also there is where Onebe put his remark. My Lord, we also recovered another notebook. That's a black cover, and was identified and handed over to us by Inapu Ivy, the only daughter to the deceased, and also contained notes of emotional moments the deceased went through in our relationship. We also recovered, there was a hat which had some suspected blood stain, but later we scanned and realized that it was rust, not blood. So that one was discarded. But these ones were kept. Yes. I know there was a third diary book, but that one was recovered from the office of the deceased, from our workplace. So that was not from the house. But we had 3 diaries. Since time had taken up our mission, we could not conclude the search. The scene was preserved till the following day. Till the following day. That was 9th. Yeah, the writings in the book were...
The 7 pieces of writings that you talked about.
Yes, but when we scrutinize later, others, the names were in the diary, but the other pieces were a collection. So we screened them later, and others were discarded, and we retained those ones which had evidential value, and one of which was the emotional notes of Agnes.
What do you mean by emotional notes?
Agnes wrote a note, if I may call it a letter, expressing her agony of how she suffered in her relationship with Onebe, how she was being mistreated, which displays Onebe as a woman's batterer. My Lord, the document is there. Maybe if court can accept. I say it indicates that the document does not say it, but the notes there. The document is in court. My Lord, I want to show court this diary. It is of 2020. It's the black diary I was referring to. Inside it has the name Immaculate Mary Blessing Aiso Onebe. And other part is reading Pentagon Security Company. It also has Pentagon Security Company. This is what I'm opening. We got them during the search, and when we asked Onebe himself, he confirmed it was for the deceased. even Ivy Inapo confirmed to us. Yes, my Lord. I'm trying to identify to court the emotional notes which was put by the deceased. Yes. My Lord, I wanted to highlight one. I'm trying to look for this 9th July. My Lord, in page, no, not page, the date of 9th, the heading was talking of a meeting on issues of Okello Matthew. On issues of Okello Matthew. That is the heading. And there's where the deceased noted that, I don't know whether I can read verbatim, that I have a plan. Okello told my husband that I have a plan to remove Okello from the job at Pentagon Security Company, but I don't want Okello to come to my home in Minyanu. And my husband said I should not think Okello is stranded. He can get even a better job elsewhere. That he gave him a loan to help him, says the loan is not free money, it is going to be paid for. He called me and said I did not answer him. I did not answer him. I told Dan that I will not speak to him. Then there's this part. My husband is in for the Matthew. He believed that I discussed with the junior staff. They are not even giving me respect. And it continues. I don't think I can read all. Then I know this is a bit lengthy, and I wanted to highlight the part which is of importance to court. There's this part that the things we do and have control over them. There's a comment here. He values himself. Go to him, take slow and discuss. He is not picked from the grass. As a family, his children are at school. He also has a car when he was 24 years. The things are not, I know some others I'll find it difficult reading, but there's part where, don't think you can take me back to the village. I'm proud to see him climb the ladder. This and some other, which I have not read all, in this diary.
That's 2020.
That is Black Diary of 2020. To this second one of Agnes. This one was from the sideboard inside the bedroom. Yes, this is the one I'm referring to, my Lord. If I'm to read, it is really unfortunate if a man marries you and think each and everyone, even a child, can treat you in a way they like. To abuse you, to say your tribe is not the best to be in their home, to say you are not fit in their community. So many things, and then the man will turn against you when the evidence is there. Surely, why is that person taken there? As a slave or what? I have failed to understand what people are up to about me. There are so many good ladies who are very beautiful in Uganda here, especially in Kumam land. Why was I taken so as to be treated like that and changing words against me like that all the time? Even after as for me, I know very well. It's a part which is faded. That everything has got an end. Even I don't, this part is torn, my Lord. I don't know I was going to land in the mouth of a wild animal. So now I just pray God should hear me and take my life. as soon as possible, and my children then be taken home to Mrs. Caroline Ongom or their grandmother at Amucha. I suffered more than any other lady from our home. Now that my brothers are dead, the two of them, then some think I should be the laughing stock for him or her. Anyway, God will answer. And then here there is a note put by Onebe himself saying, Agnes left on Friday, 16th June 2000. I found this note in the drawer on Saturday, 17th June 2000. On Monday, 19th June 2000, Agnes, the one I'm not understanding well, into brackets, Susan Ongom, rang me and I told him about the letter. I told him about the letter. My Lord, this is another document which I want to refer to, and of the write-ups which were not treated as of material evidence. My Lord, these were the extract of the write-ups from the diary which were filed when we kept the diary separate. Sorry, my Lord? I'm the one, my Lord. Yes. But some are not clear.
And then the same contents? The diary?
No, the others are not from this diary. We recovered from other diaries as well. So if it is about one of this diary,
that is the one you recovered from home?
From home.
From the home.
Then there was another diary but handed over to us by Ivy in Apple.
Let's first concentrate on the ones from the home.
Yes, also from home.
Also from home?
But she's the one who handed over to us.
A diary of what shape?
That one of women is just a purple cover. You call it purple or my Lord, the daughter of the deceased handed over to us this diary that was for her mother, and it also contained some of her emotional situations. And it bears her name,